Folks, Osak here, coming to you again from San Antonio on August the 17th, Saturday. And you've already seen the title to the video, so you know what this is all about. Got a nice, something that's kind of on my bucket list of guns to get. Then I was able to actually find this on auction, on an online auction, believe it or not. Got it for a very good price, in my estimation. And this is a 1958 production of the Ruger Blackhawk in 44 mag with a 6.5-inch barrel. And this is what's commonly referred to as a flat top. As you can see, there's no little humps back here to protect the sights like they put on it a little bit later. And it's also known as a 3-screw. So you can see there's 3 screws in it. If I turn it around, you'll see the screw heads, of course. There you go. And this is basically made within the first year of production that Ruger actually made the Blackhawks. So the 44 mag was developed by Smith & Wesson. Ruger got a hold of it. There's a whole story behind that. Got a hold of the cartridges, and they actually beat Smith & Wesson coming to market with a 44 mag handgun, from what I understand, and it was this model right here. And I think to start with, they were all 6.5 inches. And of course, like I said, it's a flat top. They've got a micro sight on the top that's windage and elevation adjustable, so fully adjustable sights. Has a great sight picture, if you can see that. Of course, it's a little shiny off of the light, but very, very good sight picture. Of course, it has the 1873 Colt style, grips on it. XR3, you would call these, okay? And and it's got a great trigger on it. Now, these are different than the current model, which are the new models, in that it actually has, there's 4 clicks there. The last 2 clicks are really close together, but there's no transfer bar in it. So you can see right there that the firing pin it's a modern type firing pin that's floating in the frame. So there's no there's no pin on the hammer, but there's no safety transfer bar. So they didn't have that initially. They didn't come out with that until 1973, I think, is when they added those, if I remember right. 1972, 1973. So this has to be basically handled just like a Colt 1873, and that is to carry 5 rounds in it. Now, you can carry 6 if you want. It does have a safety notch. And as you can see there, the hammer is held back off of the firing pin. But if this were to get dropped, it could very well fire. And that's basically the margin of error there that, people say don't carry it with a 6 in it because of that. It could possibly discharge if dropped, or if that hammer were hit sufficiently hard enough. Okay? Now, just like a 1873 Colt, to load it, you open the loading gate, you put it on half cock, like that, and that lets the cylinder turn. And then you can load the rounds one by one. And of course, the way you load these typically is called the cowboy load. So you load 1, skip 1, and then load 4. Shut the loading gate, cock it all the way, and then let it down on an empty chamber. Okay, of course this is clear, and I think I showed you that. And of course, to unload after you shoot, you open do the same procedure. You open the gate, half cock it, and then it's got the ejector. So the ejector basically pushes the rounds out of each of the cylinders. So you rotate the cylinder and line up the cylinder there to the chamber, and then hit that, and that ejects the rounds. Okay, and one thing about these is you always want to do, when you have it at half cock, you take it all the way back to the very rear and then let it forward each time to when you want to bring it back. Okay, and again, just for people that aren't completely familiar, this is a 44 Magnum. This is what it's shooting. A couple of different examples here. So this is a hollow point, 240 grain hollow point. I think these are Sierras. Oops, these are hand loads. Actually, my father left me with some red dot. And these are some 250 grain Keith bullets that I loaded with H110. So these are bad boys right here. Rock and roll. Now the thing about a lot of the 44 Magnum revolvers is, and some of the lever actions as well, is that this would be too long for them. Like I have a Rossi lever action R92, and this is just a little too long to fit out of the magazine and into the chamber through the mechanism. It's just that bullet. If you notice in that bullet's a really long nose on that bullet, but it does fit nicely into the Blackhawk, the new ones as well as these older ones. Kind of show you that real quick here. Drop it in so you can see that it does fit just fine. So now I'm going to take it back out. Drop it out of there. Cleared. So the weapon's clear again. Okay. All right. Now, also, when I got it, it had actually some fake pearl, mother of pearl grips on it, which I don't really care for mother of pearl on a revolver. And so what I did is I actually ordered, I could have got some original, walnut grips. They're available. But I decided I would just get some little fancier ones. These are from Arizona Grip Company. And they're also synthetic, but really nice looking. I think I think they're intended to be like to mimic horn, and just like a inscribed horn, and so they feel really good in the hand. And so, of course, when you shoot a single action revolver like this, basically it's designed to kind of absorb the recoil, allow the barrel to kind of roll back, and allow the grip to roll in your hand a little bit to absorb some of that grip. So boom, like that. Whereas with a double action, they typically are not designed to roll so much. They're designed to keep your finger where you can activate the trigger double action. So a little bit different design that way. I like these for heavy calibers like the 44 mag. It really doesn't hurt at all. The recoil is not bad at all to shoot, and I prefer the rounded trigger guard like this as well, because it doesn't pop you in the knuckles when like some of the people with bigger hands in particular are gonna find that they have a little trouble sometimes with that, with the ones that are dragoon style, which are flat in the back and then round. So I like the original style like this. But other than that, really nice. Of course, it's got the Ruger, original Ruger markings on it. And, this is a 4000 XXX serial number. So it's right in the middle of the first year of production. And so really cool to me as a Ruger fan. I've always wanted a flat top like this. Of course, they made them in 357 Magnum first. Before 1957, they were making these in 357 mag, and so they have the 357 Magnum versions out there. So maybe I'll find one of those and get lucky and find one for a good price as well. But really, I really like these, and just wanted to share my good fortune in finding this baby right here. And the thing about the three screws is the triggers on them are just so nice. I mean, it's like they say like a Smith & Wesson trigger breaks like glass. Well, these are kind of the same way. And they've got the old style, trigger. If you look at it real close, you can see there's like a little spring plunger thing, and then the thin trigger, it's just very similar to a Colt 1873. Okay. So anyway, and of course these came out, in the 50s when the B westerns were like super hot. That was the big thing, and Colt had stopped making the 1873 Peacemakers, so you couldn't get them new. They were used on the market, but there was a big demand for cowboy guns, as they would call it, and Ruger saw an opportunity, and that's why they came out with the Blackhawk. Of course, before the Blackhawk, they came out with the single 6, which is a 22 caliber, single action. I also have a flat top single 6 as well. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you folks, and thanks again for watching. If you like my videos, obviously please like and subscribe. If you want to see more, subscribe, and then you'll be able to see these as they come out. So kind of periodically. It's been a little while since I had put a video out, so I'm glad I was able to get one produced here for you. Thanks so much. Take care.